Let me ask you one last question. And do you worry, are you concerned that there seems to be this divide in the Republican Party? And that is between the Tea Party, people like Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Mike Lee, Marco Rubio, and what we call more establishment Republicans. Because I'm a little concerned that the Republican Party seems a little bit timid and unwilling to fight because they think it's in their best political interest not to.
Yeah, a couple of points I'd make, I guess. Number one, I think the Tea Party movement has raised some very important issues and been in a state like Wyoming, my home state, and elsewhere become a potent force, a part of the party, places where the party works hand in glove with the Tea Party movement, and that's good. I think if we're going to have that kind of debate, it's best that it occur inside the party. I'd hate to see some split off and a faction, and we'd end up with a third-party movement of some kind. I do think there are some fundamental differences that I'm concerned about. One of them that really worries me is sort of this growing isolationism in the Republican Party itself. People are tired of war, general view that we don't need to be involved overseas, increasingly willing to accept the proposition to bring all the boys home. And that's not, in my mind, reflective of reality out there. We tried isolationism back in the 30s. It doesn't work. And anybody who wants to argue that we can be safe and secure behind our oceans has not been to the center down in New York where the World Trade Center was taken down on 9/11. I mean, that was a devastating attack on the U.S., on our economy, on the military. 3,000 Americans dead, and it was performed by 19 guys with airline tickets and box cutters who trained in Afghanistan and hijacked a couple of airplanes. So we are vulnerable. The idea that we can pursue an isolationist course, that it doesn't matter to us and our security and safety what's going on, for example, in the Middle East, is just wrong. And it worries me very much that people talk as though they really think we can operate that way, and we can't.
Last question. Is there any one or two people that you're looking at that you think would be a good presidential candidate in 2016?
I'm looking carefully, Sean. I haven't signed on with anybody at this stage. I'm hopeful that through the 2014 election and as we move into 2016, I think it ought to be a great year for Republicans, conservatives. But we've got to find candidates. And we've got to overcome some of the problems we've had in the past. But I think after 8 years of Barack Obama, I just find it impossible to believe that the American people are going to want to vote for more of the same.
I tend to agree with you. All right, former Vice President Dick Cheney. Mr. Vice President, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being with us.
Enjoy the show.
All right, toll